Well, thank you, James, Your Honor, good friend, dear friend, part of the family, the Hicks family. I have so much in my heart right now, so much gratitude and so much respect for everyone that I've had the privilege to serve with over the last, 8 years actually, since I first took the oath of office in this room in 2006 as a legislator. And Paul, I just want to say, I thought you were going to tell my four monkey story. It would have been much, much better, but we'll save that for the state of the county. Yeah, it's a much better story. And Lynn, you can be Sandy Galiff when you grow up. You just have to move to another district. That's all. To Sheriff, thank you so much for your Pledge of Allegiance, and to our District Attorney for your words. And the word that I heard is proud and pride. And that is exactly how I feel right now, having the opportunity to be the county executive of a county that's so patriotic and is so proud of everything that we stand for every single day. And I do have some notes, and as usual, I put my staff through the rigors of preparing, taking my thoughts and preparing them, and then I just get up here and I just wing it. And so I think I'm going to do a little bit of both right now. So my family was with me at 4 o'clock. I am blessed. I have a wonderful, beautiful, loving, caring, supportive, disciplined family, and it really was a beautiful ceremony. And I look around the room, and so many of you really are and have been family to me in so many ways. And a special shout out to the Murphy family. And I know Terrence said Jack is proud right now, very, very proud. I certainly want to thank Diane Schoenfeld and her team for putting on such a beautiful, wonderful. As I said, I served as a legislator, and I know how professional and hardworking that the legislative clerk and her staff do. And I think today we remember Chris Marone, too, who led many of us on the legislature on the right path in being professional. And certainly to our former county executive and our master of ceremonies, Paul Eldridge, for his beautiful job tonight. I was going to call you smooth, but after the lineup and the podium, I don't know. It makes me feel good though, Paul, because it makes you human actually, because Paul is such a superstar. And he really did such a great job for this county in those days when we needed that leadership in this county. And again, to Judge Reese, to Jimmy, to my friends. And to the people of Putnam County, I can't thank you enough for having the confidence in me 3 years ago and to delivering me that confidence again in November. And, certainly I am not one person. It's all about team. And the team that I assembled, I'm very, very proud of. The team that chose to stay with me and the team that chose to join us from the private and the public sector. If people understand now that a private-public partnership is really the most successful way to deliver services most efficiently, if we haven't shown that here in Putnam County, I would be very, very hard-pressed to have anyone else show how they could have done a better job than what we were able to deliver in the last 3 years. And I want to say thank you to the political leaders that have brought many of us here to have the honor and the privilege to serve as elected officials. To the GOP Chair, Jim DeBella, thank you, Jim, for your service. Certainly, we all appreciate what you've been able to do for the Republican Party in the last few years. And of course, Anthony Scanapico, our new GOP, our old GOP, our past, our present, our future. And the chairman of the Conservative Party, Mr. Jim Maxwell. Thank you, Jim, for all your support. And for all the chairs of the Conservative Party and the Republican Party who serve throughout in all the towns and villages. And to Dr. Giulio Cavallo for the Independence Party, for his support as well, for myself and many of us that are here today. I I want to thank all the partners in county government, certainly the volunteers and all of you in the not-for-profits who joined me in our mission to deliver services as efficiently and to the higher standard that we could. I want to thank our veterans who have served this country so honorably, and of course we are so graced by their sacrifice, just an example in this room today. And our first responders, our career and our volunteer first responders. Certainly we know every day what they are faced with just in the tragedy of the last week. Their families watch them go out the door every day and never know if they're coming home. And I want to thank all of our first responders from the bottom of my heart, and certainly on behalf of the people of Putnam County. I'd like to thank our librarians. Our libraries are critical in this county, and it's been an honor to serve with the legislature in making sure that the library's doors stay open and accessible to everyone. They are so important to the fabric of this community. And to our seniors for making 2014 the year of the seniors such a great success. And to the Chamber of Commerce, our business leaders, those people who really put it all out there, who put their families on the line. I want to thank you very much for working with county government, particularly in our Putnam Moves initiative, where we know and we recognize that mobility and commerce are what keep the taxpayers and the taxes low in this community. And I want to really thank Jen Marr and Bill Knoll for their partnership. And to my administration, to the department heads again. We have a great team, and I'm very excited for all of us for the opportunities that we have ahead of us on the third floor. We have a lot of responsibilities, and as Judge Reed said, our administration focuses on fiscal and social responsibility. On every single issue we face, we ask ourselves, how do we do this? How do we do it better? And are we balancing our social and fiscal responsibilities? We're here because we work for the taxpayers, and we live during a time where government has to be open to new ideas and different ways of getting the job done. And I'm committed to keeping Putnam County strong and keeping our budget under the tax cap. And my administration focuses on finding solutions and collaborating with people who want to be educated on issues and people who want to be committed and who are actually invested in the issues. And of course, in Putnam County here, the fight for the Second Amendment, the fight for privacy and safety of our residents. I know that the clerk, Michael Bartolotti, Michael, where are you? Michael will continue the mission that our great county clerk, Dennis Sant, has laid forth in front of us all. We promise to protect and defend everyone here in Putnam County and the rights for the Second Amendment. And hopefully we're going to send that message not only in the Hudson Valley, but in the great state of New York and of course in our nation. We also have an opportunity right now on the One Army on the War of Addiction, as Judge Reed so eloquently spoke of. I'm looking forward to the partnership and the collaboration in the Senate and the Assembly and working together, because we all know, has been so noted, that addiction, substance abuse, is not only a social drain on all of us, but it's also a fiscal, it's also a very financial, deep burden for all of us taxpayers, and we owe it to each other. And to that, I just want to say to my colleagues on the legislature, we owe it to each other, to care for each other, to work together, to understand that we work for the taxpayers, and that every decision we make should never be a personal agenda. It should always be about, is it the right thing to do for the taxpayers? So I have to say that there's a great opportunity here in the next 4 years, not only for Putnam County, but in the Hudson Valley region. And when you talk about the $5 billion surplus, I want everyone to understand that's not the bank's money, that's our money. That's our money. And we have every right as taxpayers and constituents to have our voice heard in Albany on how that money is going to be spent. And we've learned our lesson about one-shot money here in Putnam County. We learned it the hard way. And I'm here to tell you as the county executive, I'm going to work with Albany to make sure that that money goes towards economic development, smart growth, transportation infrastructure that will bring jobs and strengthen the economy in this county so that we don't have to send our kids out of this county to get gainful employment. that we don't have to get up and leave this county every morning to have a career, that we can do it right here. That is our primary mission right here in Putnam County. That meets our social and fiscal responsibility. That is my commitment. And so I'd like to say, let's just get the job done and let's just work together. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you.